Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. On today's match reaction, we're going to be talking about Barcelona's 2-1 win over Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. But guys, before we get started and we talk about tonight's game, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. We're on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, and basically on every social media platform. We are on that. And if you want to hear our longer format videos, our debate videos, our challenge videos, our transfer rating videos, go over to Spotify or Apple Podcast at Kool-Aid Podcast. Just make sure to go over there and check us out. But guys, as well, if you guys want to tune in and give your thoughts about the game, and you guys also want to be a part of the channel, make sure to go on my Twitter page at Kool-Aid Podcast and just click on the link. Once you click on the link, you'll be able to join and you'll be able to give your thoughts about the game. But guys, let's just jump straight into the match reaction and let's talk about the game. This is how Barcelona lined up with Ter Stegen in goal, Marcos Alonso at left back, Inigo Martinez as the left center back, Ronald Araujo as the right center back, Cancelo, Gundogan or Romeo, and Fermin Lopez in the midfield. Joao Felix, Ferran Torres, and Lamine Yamal started as our attacking options. On the bench, we didn't really have much. We only had Mark Dew. We had Alexander Balde, and then you also had Andre Christensen. Marc Casalo actually came on roughly on around the 82nd minute mark for Fermin Lopez, just giving him some rest as he was exhausted. But looking at the game, Barcelona, they dominated. They dominated large parts of the game. The scoreline is a little bit deceiving because even though it says 2-1, it should have been a 4-1. It should have been a 5-1 victory for Barcelona. Barcelona have had multiple chances in front of goal in order to make it a more bigger scoreline. Just, we weren't clinical in front of goal. The first chance that Barcelona actually got was through some very good footwork from Fermin Lopez, which, guys, Fermin Lopez was absolutely amazing tonight. He was our man of the match by far. Every single chance that Barcelona were creating, every single goal that we created was coming through Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez, he actually even scored an offside goal, which it was a bullet header from the penalty spot after a fantastic cross. I believe it was from Joao Felix, or if not, Ferran Torres. I don't remember who, but it was a fantastic cross, and Fermin Lopez just gets that bullet header, and unlucky he is offside, and that would have been 3-1. But Fermin Lopez was absolutely amazing tonight, literally everywhere. His passing, his inside runs, he was absolutely amazing. But as I said, the first chance actually came into Fermin Lopez, and if it wasn't for Resnick making that save and Fermin Lopez being more clinical, it would have been 1-0. But Barcelona, as I said, they created tons of chances. They were very dominant. We were winning the 50-50s. We were pressuring a lot. We were covering the ball really well. And I thought in the first half was really good. You can't really say anything bad about Barcelona until we go into the second half, which we go into the second half with a 2-0 victory. But in that second half, you see Barcelona get a little bit complacent. They get complacent, and you see them being a little bit arrogant on the ball, making some fancy plays, and that's where Shakhtar Donetsk actually score their goal. It was Joao Cancelo just bombing up forward with Lamine Yamal. And he basically loses the ball. It bounces off to Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez passes Joao Felix. Joao Felix has a poor cross. I mean, has a poor shot. And then Barcelona is exposed on the counterattack. Too many players going up forward and just basically being laissez-faire in their defending. Shakhtar Donetsk just completely bomb up forward. And Romeo, he's beat for pace, obviously. And Sudakov, he gets the score. With a basically frozen Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen is just frozen in front of goal, isn't able to make the save. But when we look at the individual performances, the ratings just tell that. Ter Stegen, he basically only had one clear opportunity, well, one goal scoring, and he let the goal go in. He had one chance, one big save to make, and he didn't make it. In the defense, other than Cancelo, you can't really say too much about them. Marcos Alonso, he did his job. He started tonight because the goal was to rest Balde in view for El Clasico. Inigo Martinez, he played a good game. He was subbed off in the 82nd minute because he was getting some tired legs. And as well, Xavi just wanted to reaffirm that back line by subbing in Christensen. Ronald Araujo, once again, just showing how much of a beast he is in those transitions. And this is why he actually gets injured, because Ronald Araujo, he plays at 100%, and he's so physical in nature. When you're playing with that intensity, you're bound to pick up injuries. And so hopefully Ronald Araujo takes care of himself, and we try to basically make a detailed training program around Araujo to have him available for as many matches as possible. But Joao Cancelo, he did play a good game, even though he was partially at fault for that goal, just bombing up forward. But I wouldn't blame it on him. He overall had a very good game, creating some very good chances and having some very good link-up play with Lamine Yamal. And when you look at the midfield, I think this is where Barcelona were pretty decent. Gundogan, fantastic ball to Fermin Lopez for the first goal, actually, to open up the scoring. And this is exactly what we asked of Gundogan, just giving those balls and basically being that creator in the absence of Pedri. We want him to be up forward and be our offensive outlet. I thought Romeo, other than that mistake in which he allowed the goal, I thought he played really well. He recovered the ball well. He pressured well, and he didn't lose the ball that many times in possession. Just it's understandable when you're his age, when you're 30 years of age, you're obviously going to get beat for pace when someone born in like 2002 is in a foot race. But guys, I talked about Fermin Lopez. The guy was absolutely brilliant, and his second goal outside of the box, absolutely rocket into the top corner. And this is something that he offers. He's one of the few players who has that in his arsenal. And this is exactly why he's so vital to the team. And I definitely want to see more of Fermin Lopez, a player who's completely different to anyone we have into the squad, being a mix of several different players. But guys, we have to talk about Joao Felix. Joao Felix, one of the negatives of tonight is that Joao Felix goes out of the match injured. Felix is injured, and we just can't catch a break. We're going to be playing Real Madrid this weekend with a front line of Marquinhos, Ferran Torres, and Lamine Yamal against Real Madrid, in which we are fighting for the league title. Guys, I don't know what you can expect. I will be making a match preview talking about that game, but it's looking increasingly difficult for Barcelona. And we're just gonna have to pray and see what results we can get. Ferran Torres, he did get the opening goal. I did say that Fermin Lopez was actually involved in that play. The pass from Gundogan, Fermin Lopez hits the crossbar, which he actually did that a couple of times this game. He hit the post and he hit the crossbar, and it hit the crossbar. The rebound landed, and Ferran Torres hit that volley. Overall, a good game. He had some offensive contributions to the game. And I think an 8.2 is perfectly deserved. And when you look at Lamine Yamal's game, Lamine Yamal, he had some instances where you were a little bit frustrated with his play. Some chances they went missing. One or two times he had maybe like a poor first touch and went a little bit too long. You're saying like, if he had that better first touch, the opportunity could have grown and it could have been a little bit more dangerous. But we have to remember that he is 16 years of age and he is going to be improving as a player. But guys, the most important thing is that we get the win. And as you guys can see, we're basically first in the group. We are first, and we're 9 for 9 currently in the Champions League group stage. And this basically secures our spot to the knockouts. It doesn't secure our first place spot, but it does secure us going through to the next round. Obviously, I do want Barcelona to keep getting points as that builds up momentum, and we want to be going into the knockout stage with full confidence. But just giving my final thoughts on it. But before we go on social media, we basically see what you guys are saying. It was a good performance from Barcelona. First half, much better than the second. Barcelona being aggressive, being dominating, and due to some individual brilliance from Fermin Lopez, we do get the 2 goals. But I will say Barcelona did get complacent in that second half and allowed Shakhtar to get back into the game. And that's something that you do not want to allow to happen. But now, guys, let's move on social media and let's quickly see what other people are saying about the match. A win is a win, but there are some very deep lying psychological issues in the core of this team. Don't care how many players are injured, you can't be shooting breaks like that versus Shakhtar. For fuck's sake, take the 3 points and run. And this is as I was saying, guys. Barcelona they dominated that first half, but as Shakhtar Donetsk they scored their goal. Barcelona they retreated and they were basically focused on defending. And if we're doing that against Shakhtar at home, like what are we going to be doing when we face a really tough team? A Man City, Real Madrid, a Bayern, and we're down a goal. It doesn't look good. Just saying, it's just a knock for Joao Felix, nothing serious. There's a report about having Miguel. Joao Felix, if this was the last ever game for my club, just know that I enjoyed you, dog. And this is a joke just because we do know that Barcelona, every single time a player gets injured, we say, hey, it's not going to be a long injury, just like with Kunde, just like with Frankie de Jong, just like with Robert Lewandowski, and just like with Pedri. And it turns out that they're out for way longer than they're supposed to be. Barcelona are going to destroy Real Madrid in this weekend in Clasico. I highly doubt that, with basically most of our starting lineup being injured. Oh wow, look at this, protecting Messi's potential Ballon d'Or. And these are some extra games for you guys, which are going to be interesting. You're going to have Newcastle versus Dortmund, PSG versus AC Milan. Let me know, guys, who do you guys think is going to win? I'm personally taking Newcastle and I'm taking PSG. I would like AC Milan to win, just PSG playing at home. I doubt that they're going to lose. But guys, this was Fermin Lopez strike from outside the box. Oh, wait, let me mute the music. But look at that. Look at that strike. Absolutely amazing from outside the box. From today's game against Shakhtar, I have learned that Fermin is so good. Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. Lovely first half. Lovely first half. We had a lot of chances but couldn't put them away. We clearly dropped off our intensity in the second half. Fermin easily the man of the match. Should have gotten a hat trick. La Masia is the goal of all academies. 3 points in the bag. El Clasico. Here we come. Forza Barca. And I'm in complete agreement, guys. Fermin Lopez, man of the match. Being involved in every single one of the goals. Just that second half. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Question for all the non-Barca fans: your thoughts on Fermin Lopez so far? Well, see what they're saying. Should have hit 12 goals by now if he had Bellingham's luck. Lampard region. Well, I mean, he completely plays different than Lampard. Confirmed Joao Felix is fine. He'll be 100 fit for El Clasico. Let's pray this is the case, guys, because we do not want to have Joao Felix being out, because then we're going to be having basically nothing in attack. But guys, as I said, if you guys want to jump into the stream and give your thoughts about the game, just go on my Twitter page at Cole Podcast. Just click on the link that I posted there, and then you'll be able to join. This is where Argentina are going to be playing Uruguay at the Bombonera. Okay, Boca's stadium. A 5-0 performance turned into a 2-1 win where we had to do a lot more running than should have been necessary. We lost our heads in the second half, allowing the game to go back and forth as we constantly attacked. The positioning of the players for the goal we concede says it all. Reminded me of Brazil against Croatia, where they were naive, moving many players forward with a lead. I think that's also due to the experience of the squad. When you think about Barcelona, how young they are, you have a front line of Marquinhos, of Ferran Torres, of Lamine Yamal. You also have a midfield of Fermin Lopez, of Gundogan or Romeo. I do understand that Romeo and Gundogan, they're the most experienced players, but still, they can't make up the lack of experience in the entire team today. And then in the defense, you have Balde, very young, Araujo, very young, and then you have Inigo, who is a veteran, but at the time, I no, actually he was on the pitch. But when you think about it, most of the squad is still relatively young, and I think that's why it shows the lack of positioning, um, the lack of experience, which showed in the in this performance tonight. When to go up, when to attack. That was shown. Amid y'all had injury issues. Must you win 5-0? No, we still performed that way. Impressive. I do agree. I do. It should have been a much higher scoreline. Um, Barcelona is a great team, but the day these three start a game again, they will become the best team in Europe. I have no certainties, but have, uh, I also have no doubts. We all agree, right? Guys, this midfield would be amazing. And something we also have to mention is that Gavi wasn't available today. He was actually suspended for the match as he got red card against Porto. and so that's why he didn't play today. That's a huge 3 points and 3 wins out of three for Barcelona. And considering the injuries we have and introducing Fermi and Lamal and Lamine Yamal, Xavi has done well. Xavi won't get the praise he deserves, but he's always cooking with the limited supplies he has. This season, he's been cooking well with the injuries, including Lewa, Rafinha, De Jong, Patrick Kunde. 1 point of Real Madrid, 9 out of 9 points in the Champions League. We can't complain. It's good stuff. We struggled last season when injuries hit us. We undefeated so far. Fermin is twice the player Gavi is. Just saying, two completely different players. Gavi has Madrid fans so rather that they have to wait for another title to come out just to downplay Gavi. I don't understand where this hate from Gavi is coming from, guys. Oh wait, I do know. It's coming from Gavi dunking on Real Madrid in the Supercopa de España. Guys, did you guys see Araujo's free kick in the second half? Araujo was taking Barcelona's free kick and he absolutely skied it. And this is the reaction from both Lewa and De Jong to that Araujo free kick. That was actually so funny. Um, but yeah, Joao Felix had to be subbed off with an apparent injury. Barcelona's injury woes continue ahead of El Clasico at the weekend. Hopefully, it isn't too much, and hopefully he basically recovers. Defending for our lives in the Champions League after conceding one goal yet again. Every single match, man. What a miserable club. Frustrating, man. It's frustrating. And that's that mental block that the club still has. Even when we can see only one goal, it's just like, hey, let's all defend. And that's not something that we want to have. Fermin Lopez has the potential to provide 10 goals and 10 assists per season. A midfielder who is not afraid to shoot. Absolutely phenomenal from Fermin Lopez tonight. And if it wasn't for some key saves or some offsides, Fermin Lopez can come away with this game with a hat trick. Absolutely amazing work right there. Breaking Joao Felix just had a bad bruise. He will have pain for 1 or 2 days, but nothing more. Okay, so it's just a pain. Okay, and that's Barcelona finally have a midfield who's not it's scared to shoot. Uh how many times do we have to say that? All right, but let's see what other people are saying. Must-win game for PSG. Oh, let's talk about the PSG game. Squatting on the line helplessly yet again. He's lucky Stepan Nichols' shot went well wide. And this is referring to Stegen because Stepan Nicol actually had a couple dangerous opportunities um, where he could have scored if he was a little bit more sharp in front of the goal. And Ter Stegen, he stood completely frozen. And if it wasn't that missed, it's 2-2. Just because his name is not Jude Bellingham, he doesn't get the praise he deserves. That's a Madrid PR working right there. Fermin Lopez, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Fermin Lopez, MVP, man. Phenomenal. You love to see that. It's lonely at the top. A 3 out of 3. I believe if we get one more win, that secures our first place spot. If we beat Porto. If we beat Porto, our next game is against Shakhtar, though. Shakhtar away from home for some money. Barca versus Shakhtar, 2-1. Exceptional first half. We got a goal scoring midfielder in Fermin Lopez. Could have had a hat trick. Gundogan with a magical pass for the opening goal. Annoyed we didn't finish the game with all of our chances. 9 out of 9 points. Yeah, that basically sums up the game right there. Barcelona, they had a good game. First half much better than the second. Just complacent in the second. But guys, that was it for the match reaction. What were your guys' thoughts on the game? Well, what did you guys think? What do you guys make of Fermin Lopez's performance? Did you guys like what you saw today from Barcelona? What do you think that we should improve? And do you think that we still have a mental block because of all those tough defeats in Europe? Definitely let me know down below, guys. But guys, that was it for the match reaction. I will be back with more videos tomorrow. I'll be back with a roundup talking about the UCL as a whole. But guys, as always, follow us on all of our social media platforms. Like,